If you have 400,000 or more sitting in a 401k right now, and you think that that means you're ready for retirement, I need you to watch this entire video before you make any moves. Because having money saved and having a retirement plan are two completely different things, and most people don't find out the difference until it's too late. My name is Samaya Koksum. I'm the founder of the Legacy Circle and a certified financial fiduciary, and I've helped hundreds of retirees prepare for retirement the right way by turning what they've saved into an actual retirement plan. So let me show you what I mean. So here's the thing about a 401k that nobody tells you about while you're contributing into it every paycheck. A 401k is an accumulation vehicle, meaning it will grow your money, but it doesn't pay you. There's no built-in guaranteed income once you actually go and retire, and really there's no guarantees at all. If the market goes down, it doesn't protect you from any losses. If the money runs out, there's no guarantees you'll still get a check every month in retirement. And the thing is, a lot of you have spent 20, 30, maybe even 40 years building these accounts up, but it was never designed to be your retirement paycheck. So let's run the actual math. Financial advisors typically use something called the 4% rule, meaning that you would draw 4% of your savings every year to make it last 30 years. Now, if we're looking at a balance of 400,000, using that 4% withdrawal rule, that comes out to about $16,000 per year, meaning your monthly withdrawals are about $1,300 a month. Now add Social Security on top of that. Let's say it's $2,000 a month, and you're bringing in a total monthly income of about $3,300. Now let's think about your actual monthly expenses. Now I'm not sure about y'all, but I would not be comfortable living off of $3,300 a month when I factor in mortgage or rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, everything going up in price. And for most people, that $3,300 a month is not enough. And we haven't even talked about the hidden risk yet of that savings that's sitting in your 401k. Now, if you go ahead and retire and leave that 400,000 sitting in your 401k and just take withdrawals from it, risk number one is that the market could crash, meaning that you could lose a portion of that savings. If we have another market crash and your account drops 30% in value, well, that's $120,000 gone from your initial $400,000 nest egg, which leads us to risk number two, sequence of returns risk. If the market drops while you're working, it's not a huge deal because ultimately you're not pulling from this money yet. You're still contributing into it. You're still saving into it. It has time to recover. But once you retire and you start withdrawing during a downturn, that means you're locking in those losses from the market, which is permanent damage to your account balance. And finally is longevity. People are living longer and longer than they were 40, 50 years ago. And let's say you live into your 90s, meaning that's 25 years or longer of withdrawals that you need to take from that 401k. And again, your 401k doesn't have any type of guaranteed income feature. So if you're withdrawing longer than you plan to because you just live longer than you expected, the question becomes, can your 401k handle that? Is there enough money in there to last you however long you live? And unfortunately, most 401ks were not designed for that. Now, I want to be clear because realistically, your 401k is not the actual problem. 401ks aren't bad. The actual problem is thinking that it's a retirement plan, and it's not your fault. We were told our whole lives that you save into this 401k, which is a retirement account, but in reality, a 401k is just a savings account with a temporary tax break. Emphasis on temporary tax break. A true retirement plan is something completely different. Now, when I'm working with my retiree clients, I make sure that they have 3 buckets to make sure they have a real retirement plan. Bucket number 1 is going to be your guaranteed income bucket. This means that it's money that shows up every single month, no matter what the stock market's doing, what the housing market's doing, what the economy's doing. It doesn't matter. This is guaranteed income. Now, bucket number 2 is going to be your growth bucket. Money that's designed to accumulate still and grow and compound. And depending on your market risk tolerance, ideally, a portion of this savings should be protected growth, meaning it's not going to go down if the market goes down. And then bucket number 3 is going to be your liquidity bucket. This can be used for emergency funds, traveling, sometimes sometimes we even designate this bucket as a legacy bucket, making sure this money can go to your heirs as tax efficiently as possible. Now, if we sit back and think about it, realistically, your 401k is not providing any of these three things reliably. But if it's repositioned correctly, it can accomplish all of these three things. So here's what this looks like in practice and what I find myself doing for a lot of my retiree clients. When before their money's sitting in their retirement accounts, their 401ks, their IRAs, their TSPs, well, ultimately it's fully exposed in those vehicles. If you have 400,000 fully exposed, we already know there's no income guarantee, there's no protection, and truly there's no plan. Now, if we take a portion of that, let's say half, 200,000, and reposition it into a fixed index annuity, this will allow this money to be protected from any market loss. In a fixed index annuity, you can't lose any money, but you can still grow your money at competitive rates. And depending on the type of fixed index annuity, you can generate guaranteed income for the rest of your life. Now, if we were to take 200,000 and put it into a fixed index annuity for a guaranteed income play, well, that takes care of our guaranteed income bucket. And then we can position the other 200,000 for growth or liquidity. And now we have a real retirement plan, income, growth, and protection all working together. So let's break down what this could look like in real numbers. If you were to take that 200,000, reposition into a fixed index annuity, again, there's zero market risk, there's zero guesswork, and you start obtaining that guaranteed income starting at whatever age you choose. Well, for example, if you decided to take that at age 62, that's going to generate about $1,200 a month for the rest of your life, no matter what. Now, if you decide to wait till 65 or even 67, you see every single year that you wait to take that income, the income increases. And then it stays the same for the rest of your life, no matter how long you live. Now you add these numbers on top of what your Social Security is bringing in, and now your retirement income plan looks completely different. In addition to still having the other portion of your savings actually working for you, growing for you, and still protected. Now, of course, I want to preface that these are illustrated numbers based off of current rates, and they're subject to change based off your age, timeline, and the actual product. Here's what I need you to understand about timing. I speak to a lot of you guys that think that you need to wait to make these moves until you officially retire, but truly the window to do this is before you retire, typically about 5 years prior. That way there's no risk of the market dropping close to your retirement, not after RMDs have already forced your hand and you have to make withdrawals, not after you've already started withdrawing to supplement your income. Now, while time is on your side, and you still have time to build a strategy for that floor, for that growth vehicle, for that legacy play, for the tax advantages, because every year that you wait is a year closer to retirement without an actual plan. So if you have 300,000 or more saved and you're within 5 years of retirement, realizing you haven't established a retirement plan for yourself yet, then use the link in the description to book a strategy call with me. We'll walk through your situation, your numbers, your timeline to see exactly what this looks like for you. Talk soon.